Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Silvia Harira Gudsy, and today I'm going to present our research titled An Analysis of Effectiveness of Digital Platform in Developing Public Speaking Skills among University students. And this study conducted with our lecturer, namely Mr. Zainuddin, and my peers, Amelia Narfaiko and Sri Wulandari from Zainul Hasan Islamic University. Okay, firstly, the introduction. Public speaking is no longer seen as a talent you're born with, but a skill that can be developed with the right methods and tools. With the digital transformation, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, online platforms have become a new way for students to practice soft skills like public speaking. Platforms such as Zoom, Instagram Live, podcast, and Google Meet allow students to practice anywhere and anytime. They also offer interactive features like live chat, polls, and screen sharing, which support learning in a dynamic way. But not everything is perfect. Some elements of traditional face-to-face learning are hard to replicate online, like eye contact, spontaneous audience feedbacks, and body learning training. Plus, not all students have good internet access or feel comfortable speaking in front of virtual audience. Okay, next we talk about research methodology. To carry out this research, we used a descriptive quantitative approach. This means we aim to describe student perceptions of how effective digital platforms are in helping them improve their public speaking skills. This approach was chosen because it allows us to work with measurable statistical data that can be analyzed numerically. In terms of research type, this is a survey research where we collected data through questionnaires. This method is ideal for capturing opinions and experience across a wide range of students, especially in the context of technology-based learning. And then we talk about population and sample. The population in this study consists of active university students from various departments. To make sure our respondents were relevant, we applied a specific criterion. They must have experience using digital platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, YouTube, or podcast for learning, training, or presentation purposes. And we successfully collected responses from 50 students, which was considered a sufficient number to represent the phenomenon we are studying. We used a method called purposive sampling, where the participants were chosen deliberately based on specific objectives. This helped ensure that the data we gathered would really match the context of our research. This is the research instrument and data collection. The main tool we used was a digital questionnaire which was distributed using Google Form. The questionnaire included several sections. Firstly, basic identity of the respondent without collecting sensitive data, and then the second, their experiences with digital platform, and then their assessment of each platform's effectiveness, and then the fourth, their level of comfort, confidence, and the obstacles they face while speaking in public through digital media. We use a Likert scale from 1 to 5, ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. This helped us measure how strongly students felt about each statement and made it easier to analyze the data statistically. The questionnaire was shared through media social and student networks to reach the right respondents. And then next, data analysis techniques. The data collected was analyzed using descriptive statistics, which gave us insight into the frequency, percentages, and general patterns in the students' responses. We use Microsoft Excel and the Python programming language, especially the pandas, and matplotlib libraries for data processing and visualization. Then the steps in our data analysis included number one, cleaning the data from duplicates or blanks, and then the second, categorizing and counting how often each digital platform was used, and then next, presenting the result in a bar chart to show preferences clearly, and then number four, adding interpretations to help explain the data in a meaningful way. On the graph, each digital platform is clearly labeled and the total number of users is shown at the top of each bar. This visual representation helps us draw clear conclusions and make recommendations for how digital tools can support public speaking development among students. Now, let's discuss the findings of the study. The data confirm that digital platforms play a significant role in helping students improve their public speaking skills. These findings align with many previous studies that show online learning is not just an alternative but an effective method, especially in today's digital era. From a theoretical point of view, this supports Bandura's social learning theory. Platforms like Zoom allow students to observe their peers and receive live feedbacks and practice in real life settings. This interaction plays a big role in developing their speaking confidence. At the same time, constructivist theory also fits well here. Platforms like YouTube help students build knowledge independently through direct experience. They can reply videos to master vocal techniques, articulation, and body language, sometimes that face-to-face learning doesn't always provide. But however, not all students had the same experience. About 5% of respondents said they didn't feel any significant improvement. This could be due to technical issues such as poor internet connection, lack of interaction, or even camera anxiety and limited personal space at home. These are important challenges to keep in mind. And then let's also compare the platform. Number one, there is Zoom was the most used, with 65% of students preferring it for its interactive feature. And then YouTube came next at 52%, especially useful for self-learning. And then Google Meet was used by 41%, and podcast or Instagram Live were used by 25%. Less interactive but still valuable for exposure and listening practice. Okay, because of their different strengths, the platform should be used together in a complementary way. Zoom and YouTube can serve digital tool while Google Meet and podcast can enrich the learning experience with discussions and case studies. Still, some challenges remain. Students face problems like low device quality, unstable internet, and difficulty staying motivated. Psychological factors such as camera shyness can also affect learning outcomes. Okay, it's time to conclude our article. Number one, digital platforms are effective. Around 84% of respondents agreed that platforms like Zoom, YouTube, Google Meet were help them speak better in public. These tools improved their confidence, organizations, idea, and content mastery. And then Zoom and YouTube lead way. Zoom 80 I'm sorry Zoom it around 65% was the most preferred for real-time practice and feedback, and then the YouTube around 52% 2% was valued for learning speaking techniques through replayed contents. And then the three, its challenges exist. Although most students benefited, some still face technical and physiological obstacles like internet issues, lack of space, and speaking anxiety. And then I have added some recommendations. Number one, higher education institutions should continue using digital platform for practical skill development, and then a blended learning approach, mixing online and offline learning or offline methods can help overcome interaction barriers. And then finally, providing training session on how to use this platform effectively will support students even more. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you for your nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.